Hey everybody, it's Dr. Mark, animal advocate, rescuer, published author, investigative journalist here, working every day hopefully to gain people's attention about the reality of God's creations and how they desperately need help. The one thing that is not mentioned in this video is our need to strongly voice our concerns to our local government officials and law enforcement. I beg of you, please start today by letting these two agencies know that we want better protection for our animals. Did you know that every small effort to advocate for animal welfare can make a big difference? It's true, and today, I'm going to show you 5 simple ways you can start advocating for animals right now. We all know the world can be a complicated, messy place, right? And sometimes it feels like our individual actions are just a drop in the ocean. But when it comes to animal welfare, even the smallest actions, multiplied by millions of people, can create a tidal wave of change. Seriously, it's true. I've dedicated my life to advocating for those without a voice, animals. As a rescuer, an advocate, and even an author, I've seen firsthand the power we have to make a difference. So let's dive into these 5 simple ways you can join the movement for a more compassionate world. First things first, we have to arm ourselves with information. That's right, knowledge is power, my friends. When you understand the issues animals face, you can speak about them with confidence and actually persuade others to care. Trust me, it makes a difference. So, how do you get informed? Well, it can be as simple as doing a Google search. Look into things like factory farming practices, the heartbreaking issue of pet overpopulation, or the challenges facing wildlife conservation. These are just a few examples to get you started. Once you have some knowledge, don't keep it to yourself. Share what you've learned on social media, bring it up in conversations, or even talk about it at local events. You never know who you might inspire to take action. And hey, if you really want to dive deep, I highly recommend checking out books and documentaries about animal welfare. There are some incredible resources out there that will open your eyes to the realities animals face. In fact, my book, The Animal Advocate's Handbook, is a great place to start. It's packed with information and practical advice on how to make a difference. Seriously, educating yourself is the first step to becoming a powerful advocate for animals. It's like laying the foundation for a house. It's essential. Okay, ready for a super direct way to help animals in need? Let's talk about our local animal shelters and rescue organizations. These guys are the true heroes, working tirelessly to care for abandoned, abused, and neglected animals. And guess what? They often operate with very limited resources. That's where we come in. Even the smallest contributions can make a world of difference. Seriously, think about it. $5 might not seem like much to you or me, but to a shelter, that could be the cost of a meal for a hungry animal or even life-saving medical care. It all adds up. So, what can you do? Well, you can donate money, of course, but it doesn't have to be a lot. Even a small, recurring donation can provide ongoing support. And hey, if you're not in a position to donate money, don't worry. Shelters are always in need of supplies like food, blankets, toys, and cleaning products. You can make a real difference just by donating some of these essential items. And if you have some free time, volunteering is an incredibly rewarding experience. Shelters often need help with walking dogs, socializing cats, cleaning kennels, or even just providing a little TLC to animals who need it most. Trust me, when you see the joy in an animal's eyes after you've spent time with them, or the relief on a shelter worker's face when you drop off a much-needed donation, you'll know you're making a real difference. Finding your voice, speaking up for animals. You know, sometimes the most important thing we can do for animals is simply to speak up for them. Because let's face it, they can't exactly call their congressman or start a petition, right? The truth is, a lot of people are still unaware of the cruelty that animals endure every day. They don't know about the horrors of factory farming, the puppy mills churning out puppies for profit, or the exotic animals being kept in inhumane conditions. It's our job to open their eyes and be a voice for the voiceless. So how can you speak up effectively? Well, for starters, contact your local representatives and let them know that animal welfare is an issue you care about. Urge them to support legislation that protects animals and improves their lives. If you witness animal cruelty or neglect, don't stay silent. Report it to the proper authorities, whether it's law enforcement or animal control. Your actions could save a life. And hey, remember the power of social media? Use your platform to raise awareness about animal welfare issues. Share stories, articles, and petitions that resonate with you. Start conversations, engage with others, and don't be afraid to challenge the status quo. Remember, your voice matters. Every time you speak up for animals, you're making a difference. Shopping with compassion, choosing animal-friendly products. Okay, here's something that might surprise you. You can actually advocate for animals every time you go shopping. Here's the deal. Our consumer choices have a huge impact on the industries that produce the things we buy. When we choose to support companies that prioritize animal welfare, we send a powerful message. So what can you do? Well, for starters, look for cruelty-free cosmetics and household products. These days, there are so many amazing brands out there that don't test their products on animals. And honestly, their products are just as good, if not better, than the ones that still engage in animal testing. And hey, if you're a fashion lover like me, try to buy sustainable clothing and support brands that use ethical practices. The fashion industry can be tough on animals, but there are companies out there working hard to change that. Speaking of industries that need to change, let's talk about food. Now, I'm not saying everyone needs to go vegan overnight, but even reducing your consumption of animal products can make a difference. Support farms that prioritize animal welfare, or consider incorporating more plant-based meals into your diet. Remember, every dollar you spend is a vote for the kind of world you want to live in. Choose to support companies that align with your values and prioritize animal welfare. Open your heart and home fostering or adopting a pet. Okay, are you ready for the most rewarding way to advocate for animals? I'm talking about opening your heart and home to a furry friend in need. Look, I know not everyone is in a position to adopt a pet long-term, but even if you can't commit to forever, fostering can be an amazing way to make a difference. Here's how it works. You provide a temporary, loving home for an animal in need, giving them a break from shelter life. And trust me, those breaks are so important for their emotional well-being. You'll be showering them with love and attention, helping them to socialize and learn valuable skills that will increase their chances of finding their forever home. And the best part? Shelters and rescues often cover the cost of food, supplies, and veterinary care while you're fostering. So, you get to experience the joy of having a furry companion without the financial burden. Of course, if you are able to make a lifelong commitment, adopting a pet is one of the most fulfilling things you can do. You'll be saving a life and gaining a best friend in the process. Every action counts. Join the movement for animal welfare. So there you have it, my friends. 5 simple yet powerful ways you can advocate for animals. Remember, educate yourself and others, support your local shelters and rescues, speak up for animals whenever you can, choose animal-friendly products, and consider opening your heart and home to a furry friend in need. Pick one of these today and make a difference. Together, we can create a better world for animals. And hey, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to my channel Pawsitive Personals for more tips on animal advocacy. If you wish to know more on how to become a true animal advocate, please go to Amazon under Dr. Mark McMorris Jr. and order my book on how to become an animal advocate. Share this video with your friends. Let's build a kinder, more compassionate world for all.